Galactic Conclave's chamber dwarfed starships, its walls shimmering with fractal light. Thousands of delegates, scaled, feathered, gaseous, hovered in gravity chairs, their voices a cacophony of translated hums. High Arbiter Sylar of the Zirath Dominion rose, his obsidian carapace glinting, 6 violet eyes blazing. "We face a pestilence," he rasped, venom dripping. "Humans." Murmurs rippled. Some nodded, others tensed. 50 years prior, Earth joined the Conclave, a minor species, eager, compliant. Now Sylar's holovault flared, projecting human fleets carving trade routes, colonies sprouting on rim worlds. Deals swaying lesser races. In half a century, Sylar hissed, they infest 15 systems. Their numbers swell, their machines evolve unchecked. Ambassador Lena Korsakov sat in the human enclave, her gray eyes steady, blue diplomatic tunic crisp. Her delegation, 10 aides, shifted uneasily as Sylar's gaze swept them. Their envoy, Korsakov, seduces our allies with promises of equity, Sylar sneered. They disrupt our order, forged over millennia. Lena's jaw tightened, but she stayed silent. Sylar's claws clicked. They flout trade pacts, offer better terms, spread their chaos, freedom. This ends now. A frail pulse of light stirred. Elder Vorin of the Elithar Collective, a flickering energy wisp, spoke. You speak of order, Sylar, but forget the first law. The hall stilled. Vorin's kind predated stars, their wisdom etched in galactic law. The first law was born in ash, Vorin hummed. 3 millennia passed, the Clythar crushed a young race's offspring, thinking it would break them. That race, the Veltar, erased Clythar from existence. Sylar's eyes narrowed. Myths, old one. Myth? Vorin's glow sharpened. The Veltar seemed soft, like humans, until their young were harmed. They burned worlds to cinders. Lena leaned forward. What's the first law? Vorin's voice carried. Never harm the young of a star-faring race, for their kin will raise the stars in vengeance. Sylar's laugh grated. Humans are no Veltar. They're weak, sentimental, controllable. He faced the Conclave. Their colony fleet, 10 ships, families, children, heads to Alara 9. We intercept, demand Earth halts expansion. They'll kneel. Lena stood, voice low. You're threatening our children? Preventing chaos, Sylar snapped. Your kind grows too bold. Debate flared. Smaller races, Zenari, Thalari, backed Lena, fearing Zirath's grip. Larger powers saw humans as upstarts. Vorin's pleas echoed, unheeded. The vote flashed. 792 for Sylar's plan, 203 against. It is decided, Sylar intoned. Alara 9 will teach humans their place. Lena's fist clenched, her niece's face, a colonist child, flashing in her mind. Vorin drifted to her. I warned them, Ambassador. Pray humans differ from Veltar. Lena's eyes burned. They don't know what they've started. Far off, Captain Reza Malik dined with his daughter, Ayla, aboard the Starhaven, unaware of the shadow approaching Alara 9. The Starhaven's bridge hummed, stars streaking past. Captain Reza Malik, tall, gray-eyed, scanned reports. His fleet, 10 colony ships, 40,000 souls, neared Alara 9, a verdant world promising new homes. His daughter, Ayla, 9, sketched planets in the rec room below. Lieutenant Chen, Reza called. Status? Long-range sensors picking up signatures, Chen replied, screens flickering. 12 ships, military grade, closing fast. Reza's gut tightened. Identify. Chen's fingers danced. Zirath Dominion, battle cruisers. Silence gripped the bridge. Zirath's ships were juggernauts, bristling with plasma lances. Open channel, Reza ordered. All ships, hold formation. The screen flared, revealing Command Vrith. Zirath's scales gleaming, eyes like molten iron. Human fleet, halt engines, prepare for inspection. Reza stepped forward. Captain Malik Starhaven, we're civilians, bound for Alara 9. What's this about? Vrith's mandibles twitched. Your kind spreads unchecked. The Conclave demands limits. Limits? Reza's voice hardened. We're families, not soldiers. Vrith's gaze was cold. Return to Earth. Abandon Ilara 9. Reza's chest burned. These people sold everything for this. We're going forward. Vrith's eyes glowed. Defy us and pay. The screen went dark. Alarms screamed. Weapons lock, Chen shouted. Zirath beams sliced the dawnlight, a family ship. Explosions bloomed, holes splitting. They're targeting family quarters, Chen yelled, voice cracking. Reza gripped his console, Ayla's laughter echoing in his mind. All ships, protect civilians. Launch pods. Below, Dr. Miravarn, Ayla's mother, raced through Starhaven's corridors, medkit in hand. Smoke choked the air, sirens wailed. She reached the rec room, empty. Ayla! She screamed, spotting her daughter's sketchpad, planets smudged with ash. A blast rocked the ship, deck buckling. Mira stumbled, dread clawing her heart. Zirath beams carved precise wounds, hitting schools, nurseries. The dawnlight vented air, bodies, small, still, drifting into the void. Ayla, near a viewport, froze as a beam struck nearby. Mira found her, pulling her into an embrace. Stay with me. Ayla's eyes were wide. Mom, why? Reza's voice crackled. All ships, retreat. Save who we can. The fleet limped back, Zirath's ships shadowing, unopposed. Vrith's final transmission hissed. Learn your place, humans. Debris trailed, 1,512 dead, 512 children. Ayla's friend Kale among them, his toy ship floating in the black. On Earth, Ambassador Lena Korsakov watched the footage, her niece's face, Kale's sister, among the lost. President Elena Voss addressed the globe, voice steel. They targeted our children, thinking it breaks us. They're wrong. Factories churned, ships armed, and a cold fire burned in every human heart. Earth's skies darkened with warship silhouettes. Factories roared, forging missiles where toys once lay. Dr. Milo Varn, once a fusion theorist, stood in a bunker lab, his son Kale's photo, smiling 7, propped on his desk. His team raced, equations glowing. We need it now, Milo said, voice hollow. His assistant, Dr. Lee, frowned. The stellar disruptor is untested. It'll work, Milo cut in, eyes on Kale's image. The device, a quantum spike, could unravel a star's core, collapsing it into a void. They took my boy, he whispered. They'll lose everything. Above, human fleets mobilized, civilians evacuated to hidden outposts. In Zirath space, Commander Vrith's cruiser docked at Thyra 4, a trading hub. His hollow vault flickered, showing empty human colonies. They flee like vermin, he sneered. Aide Zuck bowed. No resistance, Commander. Their spirit's broken. Vrith's scales gleamed. Good. Earth next. But Earth wasn't fleeing. Admiral Tara Chen, aboard the Dawnbreaker, humanity's first ghost ship, reviewed Milo's designs. Her black hull bent space, invisible to sensors. Zirath post-vanishing, her XO Patel reported. No distress calls, just silence. Tara nodded. It's begun. Thyra 4's outpost went quiet. Zirath guards found tables set, screens live, but no souls. Nanites, human-made, unseen, devoured metal, leaving dust. Vrith's cruiser arrived, finding only echoes. Humans, he hissed, claws slashing a console. Across Zirath's space, stations dissolved, crews vanished. Fear spreading like rot. On Nexus Prime, Elder Vorin addressed the conclave, his glow dim. The child killer's curse wakes, he warned. Sylar scoffed. Exaggeration. Humans lack the will. Lena Korsakov in black stood. You killed 512 children. Did you think we'd kneel? The hall froze, her words ablade. Milo's lab hummed, the first disruptor complete. A sphere, small, deadly. For Kale, he murmured, activating it. A test star, barren, flickered, then imploded. Milo's eyes burned. Ready? Terra's Dawnbreaker loaded 10 disruptors, targeting Zirath's core worlds. The galaxy didn't yet know what was coming. The Dawnbreaker materialized over Vorin 3, and Zirath colony of 60,000. Its black hull shimmered, half in reality, half elsewhere. Admiral Tara Chen's voice broadcast planet-wide. Evacuate. You have 24 hours. Your world ends. Governor Clith, scales paling, replied. We're civilians. Tara's eyes were stone. So were our children. Zirath's ships lunged, but Dawnbreaker flickered, untouchable. Nanites poured from its bays, a gray cloud consuming cities. Towers crumbled, farms vanished, roads dissolved. Cleith's holovault showed chaos, families fleeing, ships overloading. Mercy, she pleaded. Tara's reply was cold. You had none for 512 souls. On Earth, Reza Malik, now commanding the Star Haven's war refit, studied Voron 3's collapse. Ayla, 9, clung to him, her sketches replaced by scars. Will they hurt more kids? She whispered. Reza knelt. Never again. His ship carried nanites, ready for Zirath's heart, Zira Prime. In the conclave, Salar roared. Humans are animals. Lena Korsakov stood, voice ice. You burned our nurseries. This is consequence. Smaller races, Thalari, Zenari, shifted, trade deals with humans dissolving. Elder Voron's light pulsed. The Veltar burned for less. Zirath will fall. Zira Prime's defenses bristled. 10,000 cruisers, orbital grids. Milo Varn, aboard Dawnbreaker, prepped the stellar disruptor. Zira's star, he told Tara, it dies in 48 hours. The sphere launched, burrowing into the sun's core. Flares erupted, light dimming. Zirath's scientists screamed, They've poisoned our star! Clith's evacuation faltered, ships crashing in panic. Vrith's fleet arrived, firing blindly. Dawnbreaker's drones countered, weaving through beams, shredding hulls. Surrender, Vrith demanded. Tara's voice cut through. You don't get to surrender. Nanites stripped Voron 3 bare, a warning carved in dust. For our young. Reza's Star Haven joined the blockade. Ayla's photo on his console. Zira Prime, he murmured, where it ends. The galaxy watched, trembling, as human ships vanished another world, their silence louder than any war cry. Zira Prime's sun pulsed erratically, a wounded giant casting jagged shadows across the capital's crystalline spires. 8 billion Zirathans choked the skies, their evacuation ships, bulbous, overpacked, colliding in fiery bursts. High Arbiter Sylar stood in his command spire, its holovault ablaze with feeds. Human ships, Dawnbreaker and Star Haven, flickering like wraiths amid his crumbling fleet. Annihilate them, he roared, claws slashing air. His 10,000 cruisers unleashed plasma volleys, but beams dissolved into void, human hulls untouchable. Admiral Tara Chen's voice thundered planet-wide from Dawnbreaker. You murdered 512 human children, thinking it would chain us. Your star pays the price. The stellar disruptor, a quantum sphere buried in Zira's sun, hummed. Solar flares erupted, molten tongues licking cruisers, melting their scales. Zirath scientists in subterranean labs screamed into comms. The core's collapsing, irreversible. Sylar's mandibles quivered, optics wide. Lies! But the sun dimmed, its golden glow sickening to ash gray, plunging cities into twilight. Captain Reza Malik on Star Haven's bridge gripped his console, Ayla's photo, her brother Kale's smile, burning in his periphery. Nanite swarm, deploy, he ordered. Gray clouds poured from Star Haven's bays, descending like locusts. Spires dissolved, their facets crumbling into glittering dust. Shipyards imploded, reactors sparking. Governor Clith's transmission crackled, her scales dull. We're civilians! Mercy! Reza's voice was stone. Mercy? You burned our nurseries. Commander Vrith's flagship, a jagged leviathan, led a counterstrike. Crush their ghosts, he hissed, launching drones. Dawnbreaker's countermeasures, micro-drones, needle-sharp, swarmed, shredding Vrith's hull. His bridge erupted, his final scream swallowed by static. 7 minutes of carnage unfolded. 3,000 Zirath ships blinked out. Nanites ate cities. The sun spasmed, its flares carving scars across Zira's crust. On Nexus Prime, the Galactic Conclave's chamber trembled. Lena Korsakov stood, her black tunic stark against the hall's shimmer. "You voted for this," she said, hollow vaults displaying Zera Prime's ruin. Spires gone, skies choked with refugee ships. Ambassador Talari, fins quivering, pleaded, "This is genocide." Lena's gaze was iron. "They had 3 years to flee. Our children had seconds, sucked into the void while they played." Zenari delegates whispered, trade pacts dissolving, fear replacing greed. Elder Voron's energy form pulsed dimly in their chair. "The Veltar are reborn," they murmured, recalling a race that erased empires for less. Sylar, linked from Zera, raged remotely, his spires shaking as nanites gnawed its foundations. "We'll rise again," he spat, but his voice broke as Dawnbreaker loomed overhead, its drones a circling storm. Terra's broadcast cut through. "No surrender, Sylar. You don't get to walk away." Dr. Milo Varn, in Dawnbreaker's lab, monitored the disruptor's telemetry. 3 years until Black Hole," he told Terra, his voice hollow, Kale's photo on his slate. "The sun's magnetic field is shredding itself." Terra nodded, her face lined with fatigue. "Enough time for them to feel it." Zerath's ships burst under flare impacts, hulls crumpling like foil. Civilians screamed, clawing for escape pods, while elites like Clith fled, abandoning millions. "Raise a watch from Starhaven." Ayla's voice faint over comms. "Dad, is it over?" He exhaled, throat tight. "Almost, sweetheart." The holovault showed Zera's capital, a smoldering crater, nanites retreating. The sun's flicker slowed, a death knell. Across the galaxy, species watched, breathless as humanity carved its lesson in Starfire. "Harm our young, and your worlds burn." Lena in the conclave whispered to Voron, "They thought we'd break." Voron's glow faded. They woke the fire instead. Zera Prime was a husk, its sun a ghostly ember, casting a sickly glow over barren rock. The Zerath Dominion, once spanning 1,200 systems, lay shattered. 8 billion refugees crammed into makeshift camps on frozen moons, their spires dust, their fleet ash. On Earth, President Elena Voss stood in the memorial garden, 512 names etched in obsidian pillars under a steel sky. Kale's stone gleamed, his toy ship's outline carved beside it. "We didn't want this," she whispered, her breath fogging. "But they left us no choice." The Galactic Conclave's chamber, once a beacon of unity, felt like a tomb. Ambassador Lena Korsakov, clad in black, faced the delegates, her gray eyes cutting through their unease. "You let Zerath burn our children," she said, voice low, lethal. The holovault flared, showing Zera Prime's ruins, cratered cities, a flickering sun, refugee ships adrift. "Now humanity writes the law." A Zenari envoy, tendrils trembling, stammered, "You've rewritten the stars." Lena leaned forward. "For them, for the 512 you let die." On the galaxy's edge, a colossal armada. 60 species, 12,000 ships, massed to halt the human storm. Admiral Korath of the Talari Collective led, his flagship spines bristling. "Surrender, humans," he broadcast, voice echoing across human borders. Admiral Tara Chen's Dawnbreaker, a lone black shard, faced them. Her bridge, dim, hummed with quantum drives. "See a crime?" she replied, her hollow vault projecting Kale's body. 512 small forms drifting in Alara 9's void. They targeted our young, deliberately. Terra activated Milo's stellar ignition pulse, targeting a barren star 60 light-years away. The star erupted, a supernova's fury painting the void white, its glare blinding Korath's sensors. The armada froze, hulls trembling. "You could end us," Korath said, voice cracking. Terra's reply was ice. "We won't, but your conclave's finished. Human law governs now." One by one, alien ships dimmed their weapons, the largest fleet in history kneeling to a single ghost ship. Elder Voron in the conclave pulsed faintly. "Veltar's echo," they hummed, their form fading. Lena met their gaze. "They forced our hand." Voron's voice was a whisper. "And now the galaxy bends." Smaller races, Zenari, Korath, scrambled to align with humans, their trade hubs now under Dawnbreaker's shadow. Sylar, exiled on a rim world, sent desperate pleas, ignored by a galaxy that feared humanity's wrath. Captain Reza Malik patrolled Alara 9's debris field, Starhaven gliding past the monument, 512's wreckage, frozen in place, Kale's toy ship glinting. Ayla, now 10, stood beside him, her sketches replaced by a data slate listing Xerath's fallen worlds. "Will they try again?" she asked, voice small. Reza knelt, his gray eyes meeting hers. "Not after Xera, not after us." His hand rested on Kale's photo, the pain a quiet fire. On Earth, Dr. Milovarn shifted his lab's focus. The stellar disruptor's blueprints lay locked, replaced by heel pods glowing with green light. Kale's photo sat beside a sign, "For tomorrow." He tested a pod, its hum soothing a wounded colonist. "No more ash," he murmured, but his eyes lingered on Kale's smile, a wound unhealed. The conclave's final act was a broadcast, Lena's voice cutting the void. "We didn't seek this. You made us monsters to save our kin." Zinari war rooms fell silent. Korath scouts retreated. Thalari bowed. Humanity's law took root. Protect the young or face the fire. Voss in the garden traced Kale's name. "For you," she said, as human ships patrolled, unyielding, a galaxy remade. Human ships, black as void, wove peace across the stars. Pirate dens, once thriving, lay silent under Dawnbreaker's gaze. Trade routes, millennia-old death traps, gleamed safe, guarded by humanity's ghost fleets. On Earth, President Elena Voss knelt in the memorial garden, 512 obsidian pillars catching dawn's light. Kale's stone bore his toy ship, etched deep. "They wanted friends," she whispered, fingers tracing the name. Ambassador Lena Korsakov joined her, black tunic, stark. "Not this fire." Elder Vorin, visiting Earth, pulsed softly, their energy form flickering in the garden's quiet. "You're the galaxy's shield," they said, voice like distant wind. Voss stood, eyes heavy. "They forged us into swords." She gazed at Kale's pillar. "Silver hides, exiled on the rim. I could hunt him." Vorin dimmed. "Would it mend?" Lena shook her head, voice raw. "It won't bring Kale back, or the 512. Voss nodded. "We guard now, not chase ghosts." Captain Reza Malik commanded the Alara 9 shrine, Starhaven orbiting the debris field, 512's wreckage, a frozen testament. Kale's toy ship, preserved, glinted in the black, catching starlight. Ayla, 10, stood in the bridge's viewport, sketching again. Planets, not scars. "Would Kale forgive us?" she asked, pencil pausing. Reza's throat tightened, gray eyes on the shrine. "I pray he does, sweetheart." His wife Mira entered, her medic's hands steady but lined with grief. She touched his arm, silent, their shared loss a quiet strength. The galaxy adapted. Xerath refugees toiled in camps, some aiding human relief ships, seeking redemption. A Korath captain, scales dull, joined Starhaven's crew. His log reading, "They spared us. I serve to repay." Zinari archives carved warnings in crystal. "Never strike a starfarer's young, lest humans burn your stars to nothing." Thalari traders, once Xerath allies, now flew human patrol routes, their logs noting, "The void is safe, but their eyes never blink." Dr. Milovarn's lab hummed with life, not death. Heel pods lined the walls, their green glow mending bones, cleansing scars. Kale's photo sat beside a plaque, "For those who rise." Milo tested a pod, saving a Zinari child's lung, their parent weeping thanks. "No more ash," he said, but Kale's smile lingered, a fire that drove him to build, not break. His latest design, a terraformer, promised to revive Xerath's barren colonies, a gift to those who'd learn. Lena walked the garden, pausing at each pillar, 512 names a litany. "They dreamed of stars," she told Voss. "We gave them justice." Voss nodded, her voice low. "And a galaxy that won't forget." A new law spread, etched in every species' lore. "Never harm the young, for humans guard their kin, and their stars will burn you to ash." Reza's star haven circled the shrine, its hull scarred but unbowed. Ayla's sketch, a planet, green, alive, lay on his console. For Kale, she'd written. Mira joined them, her medic slate showing healed refugees. He'd be proud, she said, voice cracking. Reza pulled them close, the shrine's glint a vow. Never again. Humanity, once explorers, stood as guardians. Their ships patrolled, their law unyielding. Protect the innocent or face the void. The galaxy, reshaped in blood and fire, learned its lesson. In the garden, Kale's stone bore a final line. He wanted friends among the stars. Below, smaller, they should have let him. The stars shone, safe under humanity's watch, their children's dreams eternal in a cosmos forged anew.